Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. In today's news, I'm going to be talking to you about the most important things this week are the Google September 2019 core update, the fresher Google Search Console reports, the new Google Snippet Control, the 21st birthday of Google, of course, happy birthday Google, and there's a lot more I want to talk to you about. So stay tuned, hope you like it. On September 24th, Google pre-announced the Google Core Update for September. September 2019 Google Core Update is what they're calling it. Danny Sullivan, on this official Google account, tweeted that later today we're releasing a broad core update, as we do several times a year. It is called the September 2019 Core Update. Our guidance hasn't changed, and linked to the previous post. Later that day, around 2 p.m. Eastern, Google went ahead and posted that they are rolling it out now, and it's going across all their various data centers in the coming days. It's a few-day rollout. It might be still rolling out now, but we are definitely seeing the impact. It took us a while to see the impact. Google later went ahead and confirmed that it is rolling out, which I confirmed the day after, but very few people were actually seeing that impact. The various tools didn't see it as well until about 36 hours after it was announced to be rolling out. So we see over here, which I posted yesterday, that Google's core update is now being noticed, now being felt by the community. And that was actually the day before their birthday. But you see tons and tons of chatter in the SEO forums, lots of people sharing graphs and data, including today. And you can see even these tools are all showing significant updates. The tools are kind of getting heavier and heavier throughout the day. I hope to later today post on Search Engine Land a story about all the chatter, all the different tools. I got quotes from various tool providers and so forth. So I hope to provide that later today on Search Engine Land. Google also announced this week that Google Search Console data is now pretty much less than a day old. They're actually fresher data. One of the issues with Google Search Console, not necessarily an issue, but it's just the way it was that data was around 3 days old. So if you wanted to get data for today, Friday, you'd have to wait 3 days, maybe even by Monday or Tuesday, to see the Search Console performance report data. Now Google's showing that it's updated as of about 6 hours ago, sometimes you see 12 hours ago, but it's usually the same day, which is pretty interesting. So you could do a lot of different things there as well, and they even upgraded the export feature to allow you to actually see information within a certain date range as opposed to dumping all that data. So that's very good to have fresher Google Search Console data. Google also updated us this week and told us that they have new Snippet Controls. The Snippet Controls are these right over here. Let me break it down for you. Basically, this is one of the things that people in the SEO community have been asking for. Danny Sullivan actually went ahead and announced that it's happening. So we always had the no snippet tag. The no snippet tag was basically a way to tell Google, we don't want you to show any snippet for our website. That's been around forever. Google also added three new ones. One is the max snippet number. So this will specify how long you want your snippet to be in terms of text, how many characters you want the max number of characters for that snippet. So if you only want to show 10 characters, you write 10. Also, there's a new video preview showing the number of seconds you want your animated preview to be. So if Google includes a video snippet in the search results, you can say, I want the video snippet to be a max number of seconds. And then the final one is the image preview, is basically a size. So you can either say, I want Google to show no image, a standard size image, or the large image. And that's how it works. You can even combine them if you want. So you could say, I want the max snippet to be 50 characters long with a large preview image. There's also a data no snippet HTML attribute, which you can use as well. And Google updated their robots.txt docs to convey how this actually works. There's no testing tool. You can't test this if you want to see how it looks beforehand, which is upsetting, but I guess people will get used to it going forward. Google released a new version of their Googlebot. It's evergreen, of course, like we said, so it's constantly being updated. And now Googlebot's now running Chrome 77, which was released, I believe, on September 10th. People started noticing it at least around September 24th or maybe September 20th. It's hard to say exactly, but Google started to push out the Chrome 77 version of Googlebot this week. As we reported last week, Google released a new Search Console enhancement report for breadcrumbs. This week, Google started sending out mass breadcrumb warnings via Google Search Console emails as well to say you have to fix your breadcrumb warnings. The issue with that is that this morning I reported that Google had an error with their Search Console enhancement report for the breadcrumb report where they would show errors that were really not errors. So Google has documented that, saying Google fixed an error in the breadcrumb validation. A little joke there. And as a result, you may see a reduction in errors in your breadcrumb report going forward. So definitely wait a couple days, check that breadcrumb report out again, and you'll then go ahead and see what errors you might have. Google said they may ignore the nofollow attribute on sites that blanket nofollow. So if the, New York Times, no matter what, nofollows all outbound links, Google might say, well, maybe we should count those. This is from Gary. Said he's not sure yet. We have nothing to announce, but it's possible. You can see it over here, what he said. Nothing to announce, but it's very possible that Google might do that going forward. John Mueller said that people who hotlink your images, and what hotlinking means is basically when you go ahead and take, let's say, this image over here, copy the source code, put it on your website, so it's actually pulling the graphic from my website. Google said that that's not counted as a link. So don't consider that a link. It's just people stealing your images and wasting your bandwidth, but it's not a link. The Google, like we announced last week, Google announced that their review-rich results has new rules. And we also said that we saw a drastic decline in the number of reviews showing up in the search results. Now that's continued, and now we're actually seeing an even more drastic decline. You see here, we actually updated you at this point, and it's still going down. So we're down to, according to Mozcast, about 32.5% of the average search results have it, down from about 40%. You can see over here, according to Rank Ranger, it's like about 28%, down from like 42%. And you can see over here, with SEMrush, it's around, say 53% was the high. Now we're down to about 46% or so, which is very interesting. And those reviews keep dropping out of the actual Google search results. Google said the crawl rate setting, which actually doesn't seem to be moved over, but you can still access it if you have a direct link to it, where you want to tell Google, crawl my site less or more using this setting over here. That takes about a day or so to actually kick in. So if you actually do set it and Google's really crawling your website really, really fast, and you want Google to reduce that, you have to go ahead and maybe set up server 503 commands, because Google's going to be much slower to respect this than maybe a 503 status code that you serve to Google. Google said the only thing that changes when you migrate to a new server, so let's say you're hosting your site on GoDaddy, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, GoDaddy stinks, I want to move it to AWS. You do that move, the only thing that's going to change, if that's the only change you make, is the server, is that Google's going to immediately slow down how fast they crawl your website, and then they're going to ramp it up to the number that they think, the amount of requests they can actually process without impacting that new server. So that's the only thing that changes, Google said, when you move sites to new servers. Google is testing, actually launched a feature in Google for the Google Knowledge Panels and feature snippets, well, mostly Knowledge Panels, where they actually provide translation for those results. So here's the Google Knowledge Panel, and it actually has the, I don't know what language this is, I think this is Italian or something, I'm not even sure. And they translate it into English. And there's a translate option there for those features, which is pretty cool. It's funny because John Mueller actually talked about this years ago, I think like 2+ years ago, said this might happen, and now it's actually live, which is pretty cool. Bloggers, those using the Google Blogger platform have complained that Google's having indexing issues. Google actually went ahead and said and updated us saying that Google, basically that they should fix the issue in 48 hours. So this Blogger issue should be fixed. We reported about it on September 24th, and then Google said 48 hours they'll have a fix for Blogger sites not being indexed properly. Google redesigned the Google Ads call-only ads. It's a slight tweak that Google thinks will make a big difference. So here's the before and after. So this is the old one over here, and this is the new one over here, as you can see. So that has changed as well. Google sent a reminder that I believe in 3 days from now, on Monday, Google's going to sunset the average position metric. So you're no longer going to be able to use that average position metric within the Google Ads console. You got to find a different metric, which came out with 4 new metrics, which we covered earlier on. Google My Business now lets business owners who run restaurants and other things that provide online delivery, online ordering, to opt out of online ordering. I do this all the time. I try to place an order somewhere, I click on the button order online, and then it doesn't work. I actually pick from the menu, do the whole process, and it says, oh, sorry, this restaurant's not receiving orders. Google's now going to let business owners to actually say, I don't want to show my business for that. Google's John Mueller is competing with me on these weekly videos. His are much better, so I'm going to lose out. But basically, I think Google's going to provide, John Mueller's going to provide a monthly, I believe a monthly, could be wrong, Google Search News recap of the most important news. Very well edited, scripted perfectly, unlike my quick videos that I rush through as fast as possible to get you the news weekly. Google's going to say, this is what's changed in Google in the past month or so. It's scripted well, it has great humor. Definitely recommend you subscribe to it and watch it, which would be pretty cool. It's really good stuff there. And also, there was this character called Bill Lampert. He goes under the name Bill Lampert at the Search Engine Roundtable comments area. Very, very active. People suspect he's a Googler. He never actually said, I'm from Google. He basically says, this is what's going to happen in Google tomorrow. This is going to happen. We're going to release an update on this date. We're going to go ahead and you guys should really think about SEO this way as opposed to that way. He's leaving lots and lots of comments. I don't think it's him. John Mueller over here said he's not from Google. I don't believe that he's a Googler based on looking at all his comments. I actually exported a whole spreadsheet of all his comments and also all the IP addresses that he used to comment elsewhere and use different names. So he's using different names and different aliases, using the same IPs, switching IPs, and so forth. I don't think it's him. It could be him. It could be a Googler. I don't know. But basically, I would not, I'm going to repeat again, I would not go ahead and read what he's saying and say it's the actual Google gospel. It's not. I don't believe so. I could be wrong, but I really don't think it's a legit Googler. Of course, today is Google's 21st birthday. Happy birthday, Google. There's the doodle. And finally, definitely check out the 17th version of our vlog. Will Reynolds, amazing energy, amazing speaker, amazing person. You should definitely check it out. He's a 20-year SEO vet, SEM vet that believes strongly in data. And he's also a really good person. So definitely take a look and watch that video and reach out to Will if you need anything. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is a search news we cover at the Search Engine Roundtable at SERoundtable.com. Okay, today again is September 27th. Everyone have a great weekend and happy birthday to Google. Bye-bye.